Hello, this is LJ. Welcome to Spurs Chat. I raise my glasses to you, Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs 4, Aston Villa 1. What a game. Welcome, everyone. Got a bit of a headache. I think it's too much shouting, I think. I was getting pretty frustrated in the first half, and then I was shouting in the second half because they were so brilliant. Please like and subscribe and get this channel going. Let's get crack into it then. The team used was Vicario Porro Romero. Dragusin was brought in because obviously Mickey was out. Udogie, Sarr in for Maddison. Bentancur, Kulu, Johnson, Solanke and Son, the captain. Well, where do we start? I was getting a bit of deja vu in the first half, to be honest with you. As I suggest many of you were. Bit of a chess match, wasn't it? Feeling each other out. Both teams obviously having a lot of respect for each other. No team really wanting to make a mistake. A lot of sideward passing. No one willing to take a risk, a gamble, especially in that first sort of half an hour. Yeah, I was getting quite frustrated. I thought both teams were having a bit of a chess match, feeling each other out. And Villa were just sitting deep, happy to hit Spurs on the break, just like they did last time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I thought that Spurs were dominating possession, but the build-up play was so slow in the first half, typically started by Romero. And even though I love Romero, you'll know by now if you've been watching me for a while that he does slow things down. The only shot on target from either shot was the goal. Corner from the right, Porro tries to get up, but unfortunately flicks it on, and Rodgers taps home. And I've got to say, what a muppet commentator. They get paid thousands of pounds to do a bit of due diligence, and he comes out with old Spurs' Achilles heel has done him in again. Well, I think up till the Manchester City game, maybe the game before that, we'd conceded 45 corners in the Premier League so far this season and conceded 1 goal. So how that's their Achilles heel, I just don't know. I really don't. But yeah, so when it got to half time, I've got to admit I was worried a bit, thinking, oh no, I was getting a bit of deja vu. Because I thought, we're playing into Villa's hands again here. But the second half, they must have had a rocket up their arses from Ange, because they come out a completely different team. It was after only 3 minutes. Son's down the left, whips a terrific ball across for Johnson to slam home. We've seen that so many times in games and in training. I thought it was a brilliant goal, actually, fantastic goal. I think 3 minutes after that, Solanke had a half-decent shot saved. And then 54 minutes, and I'm going to hold my hands up here, I thought, what are you taking Son off for? He took Son and Bentancur off for Richarlison and Basuma. And I thought, yeah, Son hasn't really been on it this year, has he? But that would have got his confidence going, because in the first half I thought, well, he ain't taking on the man. Is he a bit worried about pulling his hamstring or whatever the injury was? Is he a bit worried about it? But when he whipped that ball in, I think that would have given him confidence. And I was a bit baffled, to be fair. I could understand Bentancur going off and putting Basuma on, because they're like for like. Bentancur was outstanding, to be fair. I watched him very close. Had a great game, but probably just saving his legs. And when you've got 2 players that are just as good in the same position, in that deep number 6 role, it's quite clever, isn't it, to do like for like. And I watched Son, and you could probably all see it, that he was not happy about it. But yeah, and a couple of minutes later, Romero went off with a foot injury, committed a foul, I might add. So he's out now, and Davis came on. Well, there's 66 minutes. Sarr cuts in from the left and finishes his shot just past the post. Spurs were dominant at that stage. 6 minutes later, Kuvalevski slides Solanke in on goal, and he dinks it over the on-rushing keeper. What a goal. 2-1 Spurs. 5 minutes after that, Sarr intercepts the ball in the middle of the park, plays it to Richie, who I thought was actually going to shoot, but he squared it unselfishly for Solanke. 3-1. Bang. And being a typical Spurs fan... Sorry about that. At least you can tell it's live. Yeah, being a typical Spurs fan, 3-1 up. I see the board go up for 10 minutes, and I thought, oh, bloody hell. Because we made a couple of other subs, bringing on Gray and that, and I thought, oh, mate. and they were sitting back, weren't they? And I thought, here we go again. But they held firm, and funnily enough, I said just as Maddison lines up that free kick, I said I used to watch him bend these in for Leicester all the time. He owes us one now. Well, it was worth the wait, wasn't it? What a shot! What a brilliant goal, 4-1. And to be fair, he deserved that. We deserved that, and I think 4-1 it didn't flatter us, did it? Not at all. Anyway, so what can we take from that? Madders being dropped. A few people I see on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, was raising their eyebrows. I was happy to see Sarr play. I didn't realise he'd be that good. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. I know Solanke got the man of the match for his 2 goals, and his work rate once again was mental. But I thought Sarr was fantastic today. I think that is the best game I've seen Sarr have. What a game. He was absolutely everywhere, breaking things up. If you notice, when he was slow in the first half, because I said to my mate before the game, I don't mind that Onana. And when the pace was slow in the first half, I said to my mate, it's going to be interesting to see that battle today between Onana and Sarr. And in the first half, I thought Onana won the battle because it was a lot slower tempo, and Onana could dictate, had time to put his foot in and look around, go 360, pick his passes at ease. But in the second half, when Spurs went up 1 or 2 gears, Onana went missing, and Sarr just absolutely dominated him in the middle of that park. Fantastic display, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, Maddison had a bit of a kick up the arse there, but at least Ange has now realised that you can't play Kulu and Maddison together, can you? You just can't. Dragerson at the back, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. When you can come away from a game and say that you haven't really missed Mickey van der Ven, that's one thing. But when Romero goes off and Davis comes on, and you can still say you didn't miss Romero or van der Ven, hats off to them both. I thought they're brilliant. Davis came on, didn't do anything flash, but he was there. I thought Dragerson played well. I said Villa had only 1 shot on goal during the whole game, and that was a goal. I know Watkins had a chance. He was getting hassled by Romero, but he beat Romero and just completely fluffed his shot. I'd expect better of Watkins. But I'm not so worried. I'm Galatasaray Thursday night. Will he play Dragerson and Davis? Go for it. If Romero's injured, we've got Ipswich at home next in the league. Dragerson and Davis, I'm not that worried about it. And when was the last time we could say, as Spurs fans, we've got people that we can bring off the bench and the level won't drop so much? I don't think it dropped at all today. So Maddison's got a bit of a battle on to get his place back in the team. I'd imagine he'll start in the Europa League. Solanke was brilliant today. Son, first half, not great, but it was his first game back. Second half, like I said, whipped that brilliant ball in. Richarlison, when he came on, took him a while to get going. I think 2 or 3 times he went down the left, got tackled, but then he set up the goal. He looked bright, but then he went off injured. I hope it's not another load out, a long time out for Richarlison, because he does seem to be made of glass. And I do feel sorry for him. Johnson, brilliant. I don't think anyone had a bad game. Your doggy keeps running forward and losing it. Is the only one, if I had to be a bit fussy. But is that because he's playing too many games? He seems to be playing every single week or every single game. Bentancur, as I said, was tidy. Basuma. Things are looking good, mate. From last week, you lose to Palace and you're absolutely shit. Let's be fair, you're shit. Absolutely awful. You go and beat Man City. Okay, it wasn't the strongest Man City, but it's still a bloody good side. You just go and do that to Villa. That's brilliant, because a lot of people saying it's make or break. And see, now I'm one of those people, even after 45 years of supporting Spurs, I haven't learned. It's now reeling me in again. I'm looking at the table thinking, well, this is the most open title race for years. If we can just hit 5 or 6 games together, or 4 or 5 wins out of the next 6 or 7, we're right in the mix. We can challenge. But in all fairness, if we had a bit of consistency, we could. I know the injuries are coming thick and fast, but Man City without Rodri, as soon as they lost Rodri, I thought they're not going to win the league. And now they're having more and more injuries. They went and lost to Bournemouth. The Scum lost to Newcastle, and they look poor, didn't they? But Odegaard's coming back, so I expect they'll get better again. Liverpool, they're at the top of the league, but the results flatter their performances, I do feel. Well, maybe Forest are going to win it. Well, if Forest have got a chance, we've got a chance, surely. But no, I do think things are coming together. We just got to get that either first or second half slow performance out the way. When we play, and I've said it so many times, at tempo, at speed, 1-2 touch football, we're such a good team. Villa are not rubbish. They're not. They had a full team out today. Watkins is one of the hottest strikers in the league. They put Duran on. Every time he plays, whether he's coming on as a sub or not, he scores, not a sniff. That should do the boys a world of confidence. A world of confidence. I just hope we don't turn up against Ipswich and think we've done. Hopefully that Ange's knocked that out of them now, after the Palace game and the Brighton when we were 2-0 up. Keep going, which is what they've done today. They kept going for more goals, kept going right up to the 90th minute. And you know, Solanke, I think it was in the 99th minute, he's still running and closing down people. The man's a machine. I'm so happy that he got his 2 goals today. So happy. It would have been great if he'd got his hat-trick, but now I'm being a bit greedy. So no, I'm not going to have anything bad to say today. He made good substitutions. He knows what he's doing, Ange. He doesn't get carried away with the performance, just like he doesn't get carried away when we lose. But Spurs, I think, are looking in good shape at the moment. We'll have to see what these injuries are, obviously, but it's so nice to have people to come off the bench. And that midfielder got me, it was cooking today. It was absolutely cooking. So let me just read out my sponsor, because I've got a sponsor now for this, and I forgot to read it out last time. Bear Plumbing and Heating, Bear Plumbing, Heating and Tiling. They provide all services in Hertfordshire, from boiler breakdowns and new installs, from dripping taps to full bathroom installs, and all types of tiling, large or small. Contact Liam on 07881 288 747. If you tell him the code Lou, that's LOU 007, you'll receive a 10% discount. I really appreciate that, because as you know, it takes so long to get these podcasts going, and he's such a good man, and he's agreed to sponsor the channel. So thanks a lot for that, Liam. And yeah, give him a ring. Top bloke, top company. Worked for him for a long time. You know, I work for him at times. Yeah, thanks for that, Liam. But anyway, back to the football. Let's keep this going, Spurs, eh? Man United and Chelsea just drew 1-1, so they've took points off each other, and I think Chelsea are actually going to be up there. I don't like saying that, I don't like them, the old Ren boys. But yeah, I don't like saying that, but they're going to be up there, I think. They've massively improved, and they've got like 2 teams to put out. I actually expected them to beat Man United today, but I suppose with Ten Hag going, they've all been lifted. But as for Spurs, they didn't look. I'm just impressed, because they didn't. We're quick to, especially me, we're quick to criticise, but they didn't get done with a diagonal ball over the top today. We didn't get done with a ball over the top today, except for that Watkins fluff chance. No matter what the commentator says, we're looking better from set pieces. When it clicks in the final third, the midfield's attack, it looks brilliant, looks dangerous. And I do think we can go on a run here. We can just stay in touch. If we can get a win against Ipswich, I think that's the last one before the international break. We could be right in there. We move on to Galatasaray. I've had a few questions actually. Inbox me on the thing. asking about would I play the youngsters like he's been doing in the Europa League on Thursday because it's Galatasaray away. Well, I'm always a great believer in putting your strongest team out first, and if you go 3-4 up or whatever, then whack the youngsters on. But I do understand why Ange's been playing the youngsters. One, because we've been playing poor teams, and two, because of the intensity and the energy that Ange Ball needs. I do understand why he's doing it. However, Galatasaray might not be a brilliant team anymore. But as you probably all know, that is a cauldron of noise, of intimidation, of loudness over there. So personally, nah, I wouldn't. I would play probably the team that started today. Maybe start with Sarr, give him a half, then put Madders on half time. But I think it'll be enough for 17, 18-year-olds like Mikey Moore, Archie Gray. I think it'll be enough of them to go, what's this, even if they're sitting on the bench. And again, I said I'm not going to be critical, but he put Archie Gray on near the end, and again, not in his position. That's my only gripe. We've got to find a gripe, haven't we, as Spurs fans? Yeah, don't put him on, Ange, unless you're going to put him on in the central midfield, or don't put him on at all. So no, my answer to that from the few people that asked me is no, I wouldn't. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Ibrox Rangers away after the Galatasaray. But I wouldn't put him in that either. But saying that, if he does put him in against Galatasaray and it all goes well, I would bung him in at Ibrox, I suppose, because Ange likes to keep saying it's about the growth, it's all about the growth and then all that. So it's up to him, isn't it? But it's an intimidating place to go to. I think we played it before, didn't we? A number of years ago. And before the game, they took the camera. I don't know if it was Sky or I can't remember who it was. Anyway, whatever it was, they took the camera all the way down the Galatasaray tunnel. It's a right old long tunnel, you know. And even when you come from the change rooms, it's a long walk. It's a long tunnel, and you could hear the noise, the fireworks, everything. You could hear it, and then you get out there. It's just, I mean, for somebody who's 17, 18, I mean, I know I'll be, but you know, I suppose he must know them better than us, and maybe if you explain it, show him it, you know, I know it's not quite the same. Say, how do you feel about playing there? You know, because I think that will make him or break him. I know you're playing in front of 60,000 home fans. That's a bit different to going to Galatasaray. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see, and I might be coming on there after the game, just like last week when I said I got egg on my face. But that's why Ange's in the job, and that's why we're just sitting here doing this. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I'd be happy with a draw. If he does play the young players, we get a draw, then we play Ipswich and beat them, boom, and then wasteful international break. I hate international breaks. And then we can just sit pretty and go again, get a few of the old injuries back, and we'll see where we go from there, Spurs fans. Any questions or comments, please ask. And 45 years of knowledge up in me old nut there about Spurs that I can probably answer for you. As I said, please like and subscribe, and thanks again, Liam, for sponsoring the channel. I do like to keep these videos fairly short at the moment until it gets out there. Once it gets out, then we get more subscribers, watchers, whatever you want to call it. I will go a bit more in depth. I do a Facebook Live after every game. If you want to know how to get on that, just ask me in the comments and I'll give you the details for that. When we've got two regular Spurs fans who I've known since school, so I've known them for 45 years. So all three of us have supported them for 45 years. So it's not a bad panel to have on there. We're going to keep doing that until this one grows. And yeah, we'll go from there. Take care, everyone. It's been a fantastic weekend. Wish you all the best. Take care and good health. Come on, you Spurs.